Hey platform, it's Rowan, and today I am so excited to be announcing the lineup for our 2021 book club. Just in case this is the first you're hearing about the book club, essentially this is how it works. Every single month we have picked out a different YA book for us to read together, and then at the end of the month we have a live Q&A with the author themselves where you can ask them any questions that you want. Essentially it's the best of all worlds. You get to read a great book, talk to other people about it, and quiz the author about everything you wanted to know while reading. So I've put all of the information in the description, but essentially there are 4 ways of getting involved. The first is reading the book and watching the live stream, what I've just talked about. The second is by using the hashtag platform YA book club anywhere on social. That could be on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. This is going to mean that you can find other people who are chatting about the book, join conversations, talk about what you think about the book as you're reading, or give your final review, and every single person who uses that hashtag will be entered into our monthly prize draw to win a bundle of YA books. The third way to get involved is joining us on Discord. Platform has its own Discord and we talk all about the books we're reading, not just from the book club but outside of it, as well as just like everything else that's going on in our lives. We're doing like live watches of the His Dark Materials series at the moment, so it's just a ton of fun for anyone who is into reading and books. And the fourth and last way to get involved is if you are a booktuber or a booktalker or a bookstagrammer yourself, if you're creating content around books, if you create any content while you're reading the books for the book club, like please tag us in it, let us know, because we would love to share it with the rest of our audience. That's how to get involved, so the only question remaining is, what are we reading? So we have nailed down our first 6 months of the book club for 2021, our first 6 books, and they are as follows. Month 1, January, we thought we would take you out of the winter blues a little bit and give you a little bit of a summer romance read. It is Breathless by Jennifer Niven. The book tells the story of Claudine, who is meant to be spending the summer before college with her best friend going on this amazing road trip, and instead there is this shock revelation from her father and she ends up having to spend it on this remote island off the coast of Georgia. There is no phone signal, she cannot talk to anyone, she doesn't know anyone there, and then she meets Jeremiah. Their chemistry immediately on fire. But here's the thing, she's only going to be there for the summer, so does she risk starting something that might be over before it's even started? Is first love worth it if you know it's not going to last? And fun fact, this story is at least partly based on Jennifer Niven's own whirlwind summer romance. Okay, for February, we are changing gears completely and we are going with a YA thriller called Are You Watching? It's basically been described as like a thriller for the social media age. So there's this girl called Jess, and 10 years ago her mother was murdered by a serial killer called the Magpie Man, and she was the first victim but has not been the last. So now Jess has become the star of this YouTube reality show and she wants to use it to essentially catch her mother's killer once and for all. It's a YouTube thriller. If you're already a fan of like Karen and McManus, then this is gonna be the month for you. I'm already so excited for in February for all of us to be talking about like who we think the killer is and like what is gonna happen next. So those first 2 months of books are already out, but for our next 4 months we chose like new releases, so it's books that you will not have read before and you can like all read them for the first time together. So in March, we are going to be reading Bad Habits. It's funny, it's feminist, it's rebellious. It's basically the perfect book for fans of like Netflix's Sex Education and Dairy Girls. Our main character goes to this super uptight religious school and she absolutely hates it there. She's been trying to get expelled and nothing can persuade them to make her leave. And so she decides that in order to kind of provoke the student body and the staff, she is going to put on the first production the school has done of the vagina monologues at this school that like can barely even acknowledge the fact that vaginas exist. Also, I've said it before on this channel, but like the front cover is iconic. It is like gorgeous, amazing. In April, we've gone back to a more serious book. It is The Beautiful Struggle, a memoir, which is, surprise, surprise, a memoir. It's a coming of age story about the author's life when he was growing up in Baltimore. It's about Black boyhood, about family. The author's father was a member of the Black Panther Party. He had quite a lot of siblings, so it's about their relationship. One of the things I'm most excited for in this book is the portrayal of his father, who seems like such an interesting, enigmatic, charismatic character. And from what I've read about the book, that relationship between father and son is like the key to the whole story. In May, we're going to be keeping you on your toes again. So in January, we were dealing with a summer love story at the height of winter in our world. And now in May, as we're moving into summer, we are going to be going to a wintry setting with the literary thriller that is What Beauty There Is. So everyone I know who has read this book at Penguin is obsessed with it. It's a little bit of a darker thriller than maybe some YA thrillers that we're used to. And it's essentially dealing with some quite serious topics around like addiction and poverty, and follows the story of these 2 characters, these 2 young people who kind of end up crossing paths in a very dramatic way, and it kind of is heightened by the overwhelming vast element of like the American rural setting that it's in. Very wintry, very snowy, kind of coming of age thriller. I am very excited to read this one. I realize I've said I'm excited to read this one for all of these books, but like, I am. And our final pick that we have to announce today is our June read, which is going to be All Boys Aren't Blue. So this is actually another memoir. It deals with gender identity, LGBTQ+ issues, toxic masculinity, black joy. It's really a mix of like the highs and lows of a kind of coming of age story about being a young queer black person. This book is subtitled A Memoir Manifesto, and I am really excited for us to have a chat with the author about what that means and what experiences from life have been put into the book, what have been left out, and that kind of the process of coming up with how to talk about your own life. I'm just really stoked, you guys. It's gonna be so good. So those are our books for the first 6 months of 2021, just so you can get ready for it, get the books together, start pre-ordering, join the Discord, get hyped basically. If you have any questions about the book club, like leave them in the comments, and also let us know what of the books you are most excited to read. And we're very excited to start reading our first book with you next month.